what we'd like to do today in today's webinar, we've seen over the last couple of days, those who have attended the previous NX webinars, we've seen the power of the NX. We also saw, last week, we gave a demonstration of the NX to M1 interface. So anything that occurs with M1, we can activate something on the NX. What we'd like to do is to, from Sean, who's with us from Senturian Solutions, to show us some demonstrations and to run through some of the most powerful analytics on the market today with its plug-in for the NX as well. So it really enhances NX to get a lot more power on the system itself. Are you there, Sean?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Certainly can, mate. Let me just make you the presenter, and we'll hand it over to Sean. And thank you very much for your time, Sean, as well as everyone else in attendance here. So I'll hand you over to Sean, who's going to give you a good rundown on the power of their system with the M1 plugin. Thanks, Sean.
Thank you. Okay, good morning, everybody. Let me just adjust this. Can all of you see my screen? I have two of these cameras here.
I can see it, so certainly can.
Okay, so let's begin. Let me start a simple PPT. Let me try to hide this. Okay, guys, good morning. I'm just going to run through a quick PowerPoint about our products, Senturian, Neurolytics, and Genesis, and I will try to go more towards the live video demonstration, okay, that we have in our office. We have two cameras in our office right now. Let me minimize this. And I have two cameras here in the Senturian office, and I have two of my colleagues to help me. One is testing the fall detection. And then one more is we're going to run Genesis and Neurolytics on these cameras in a while. So, okay, let me get back to this. Okay. So, Senturian, Neurolytics, and Genesis, just a quick introduction about our company. Our company, Senturian Solutions, founded 8 years ago. We specialize in analytics and artificial intelligence analytics. So it's a really specific kind of analytics that it's more powerful than the normal analytics you can see in the market. I'll explain why later. So basically, we have two products. Neurolytics, which does behavioral analytics, for example, fighting, falling down, and actions, okay? And we have another product called the Genesis, which does classifications, intelligent video analytic classifications. For example, it classifies items. So you can classify a bag, a laptop, a knife, a gun, and also face recognition and license plate recognition. Okay, so I'm just going to dive in. I believe all of you should be familiar with NX Witness. So if you are not, NX is a pretty awesome video management system. What Senturian does is that we have integrated, fully embedded inside the NX Witness and empowered it with many different kinds of analytics, basically the Neurolytics and the Genesis. So if you see this picture, you can see that we have a few algorithms there running, like fighting, detection, and it will pop up on the right and the NX here, NX alarm box or events. Okay, so it's pretty simple to install. All you need to do is to come to our VA engine and just select which items you want. I'm going to run this live soon so you can see it in my office, how we're going to empower the Neurolytics, and then how I'm going to draw the bounding boxes and intrusion zones, and how it's going to come up in NX. Okay, so I'm just gonna come back to this soon. And after when you set up the alarms in the neurolytics, all you need to do is to set the event rules in NX. So just select analytic event here. This is from the NX event linking, and you can select all the notifications NX does here: bookmarks, opt-outs, speak, write, play sound, third-party integrations through HTTP. You can do all that. Okay, so this is a little demonstration that we did in the Australian context with one of our partners down in South Australia. So the neurolytics POC they did was for the fall detection and violence. Okay, so this is one of our partners. What they did is a video from them. I'll just show it. So what they tested was 7-meter violence. So if your half the body is detected, you can still have the violence. Okay, so the violence pops on the right. Okay, so this is for aged care home that they did. Okay, it's for the hospital and aged care. So now let's say if he's sitting on the chair and he falls down, okay, then the alarm will pop up. Okay, so this is how the neurolytics works. We have fall down detection and violence powered on this algorithm. So if you draw this little zone here, you see that blue zone, it means it's a no fall zone. It means if anyone lies on that blue zone, it's considered bait, so analytics will not come out. You need to really fall down. Like for example, if you kneel down on the wall, no. But when you go touch the ground, the algorithm will classify you as falling down, and then the alarm will come on the right. Okay, so this fall and trip to knee and then to ground. So I think he's coming again, and he will fall and trip on his knee and go to the ground. So these are the scenarios that they were looking for. So you see, when he touched the ground, then the alarm will come out. Okay, if you are kneeling down on the ground, it's considered a false alarm. It won't come out. You need to go directly on the ground. Okay, fall from bed. This is where it gets interesting. Like I was telling you how we draw a box in the zone. So this is a bed. So when someone lies on the bed, the alarm mustn't come out. So no alarm, okay, because it's not on the bed. But when he rolls off the bed, yeah, then the alarm comes off. Okay, so that's how you draw your zones. You can draw as much blue zones as you want to identify beds. Okay, so this is where he falls from the left. How about if he falls from the other side of the bed? So he's going to test it again. Okay, and he's going to fall down from the other side. So when he's out of the box, you see, and the algo identifies him. It's a fall down. So it's a pretty robust fall down detection system. Okay, push and fall onto the bed. So in some aged care or some hospitals, you know, there's a lot of abuse going on. So when they push you, he falls down and the alarm comes out. Okay, so this is something that the violence can detect also. We have tested it outside, okay, through distances 3, 6, 9 meters. Okay, so we are going to run the left is how far the camera is in the park. Okay, on the right, he's going to fall from 9 meters, 6 meters, and 3 meters. This is the 9-meter mark. Okay, so you can see on the right, the cap. As long as we can see the bounding box, we can get the alarm to run. So he's going to come, I think, from 6 meters and then in front of the camera 2 meters. So this is called a distance test, outdoor distance test. So here he goes, and then he will come on another 2 meters. So this algo can be used from outdoors and indoors, so it's pretty comprehensive. Okay, this is 2 meters just in front of the camera. So this is the outdoors test. You can, in fact, if you've got a bigger space outdoors, it'll be more accurate. Okay. So fall and trip on side and then on the back. Let's see. Maybe this is the same. I'll just skip this. Yeah. Falling from chair. Okay, this one is pretty normal. Sitting on a chair. There's no alarm when you sit on the chair. Notice you need to go to the ground. Okay, and then it will pop up. Okay, let's see if I can skip some. Okay, this is interesting. Forcefully pull one arm. So imagine an old age patient sitting on the right, or patient, and somebody, a nurse or someone come and abuse him and pull him out of the chair. Okay, so this is also considered a violent act. Okay. Laying on ground from a standing position. In all, we did 22 different positions for this POC. Okay, so it is already done, this one. So okay, if he goes down, see, you notice if he kneels down, it's not an alarm. He needs to go down on the floor. So see, when his hands touches and he lies, that's where the alarm comes off. Okay, so if you tie your shoelace or that, or sit on the ground slowly from the back, it will not go off. It has to be very specifically a fall. Okay, this is trip 4. This definitely will go off. Okay, let me fast forward. Okay, this gets very interesting again. We went outdoors again and we did the furthest distance test. If you look at this left-hand camera, it's about 25 meters. We use the optical zoom of the camera to zoom it big, and you see the alarm comes up here on the right. So we can work with cameras from distance. As long as you got an optical zoom, we can actually catch a very far distance for the algorithm as well. So it covers pretty much very long distances. You can see on the left camera, you can see how far it is. It is really far. I think it's about 25 meters. This is the distance test we did, yeah. So you see on the left, you can't really see him at all, but with the optical zoom, you can see on the right. And fall is also detected. Okay, so I think the rest, let me see. Okay, there's a few more punching and falling. Okay, this one is interesting. This is suffocating. So I don't know whether this happens in hospitals, but they requested for this. So yeah. Anyway, it's inside. And one hand punch and two hand punch. We also can do that. So when you imagine someone come and punch a guy, you know, sitting on the chair, the guy is resisting. Okay. Okay, push the bed, we've covered that. All right, so I am going to show you a demonstration, all right, in my office now, through NX. Okay, so I'm just going to log off from my, change the server and go to my Neurolytics server. Just give me a minute. While I'm changing the server, do you guys have any questions or anything you want to ask? Or are we all good? Okay, this is my office server. And to enable Neurolytics is very simple. Let me just minimize all that. All you need to do is go to Google. And okay, I have I just opened a new window. And I have the license management here. Wait, no, sorry, it's not the right one. Senturian Neurolytics, right? So I just need to enter the IP address of the server is here, and you come to this VA manager. You can do it in the HTTP also, okay? So first thing you need to do for Neurolytics is you need to get your camera connected to NX. I'm sure all of you know how to do this, right? Just connect it. So there's a camera here called TEST, T-E-S-T is my office camera. So it's connected to NX. The second thing you need to do is very simple. You go to System Administration and you see the plugin tab here. Type in the Senturian the Neurolytics server address. So just key it here, which is 119. and the VA manager, which usually is the same IP as the server, just with a column 8088, and it's done. Okay, so when you do that, your NX server or client is directed towards the Neurolytics. Means you're powering analytics on your NX server and on all your cameras on the left. Okay, if you have 10 cameras here, all will be powered on with analytics. Okay, so when you're done, just okay. So just a quick repetition again. You see the VA manager here, the address here. So this is the address that I need to key in. Okay, so look at this, it's the same address. So I'll come to this VA manager page. All the cameras that you see on NX just now will be displayed here by the unique ID, which is this camera, which you can see here, right? And then you can choose your analytics now. Okay, see, I have many analytics I can choose from. I got intrusion zones, loitering, appear, disappear, line cross, people count. Okay, I want to reinforce that these 6 items here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it comes with the Neurolytics license complimentary. So every license comes with these 6 options here. But these options are pretty different from your normal camera intrusion alarms. We detect it to be a human first before the alarm pops up. So for example, I draw an intrusion box here. A human must enter the intrusion box and then the alarm will go out. Okay, so I can draw as many zones as I like, you know, and if I do not want, I just press the clear all button, or I just drag the mouse out of the zone. Okay, so I'm just going to draw one example here. Okay, so let's say I draw an intrusion zone. Okay, let me do it here. Okay, and I apply. So an intrusion zone will be empowered on the you see this white line, this is the intrusion zone I drawn, right? Correct. So it will be empowered onto the analytics server. So the next thing you want to do, is to set up the camera rules, which you see. So on analytic event, select that camera, show notification. That means it will pop on the right, okay? But you can do many stuff like bookmarks, play sound, send email, whatever you can. Whatever NX can do here, you can do it. Okay, all you need to do is select analytic event here. So Senturian will send the analytic event out to NX, and you can trigger off any of the events here. For example, I'm just going to do show notification today. So when that's done, okay, all right? So let's get someone to walk down there. So you see, okay, my colleague walked there on the intrusion zone and it pops up. Okay, so that's how it is done. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to clear the intrusion zone, and I'm going to show you, maybe we'll try to show you 4 down. Okay, so 4 down, we got a no drop zone in the blue, but we want to try the guy to drop maybe somewhere here. So when that's done, we apply, and let's try the 4 down detection now. I'll get my colleague to try again. Get down. So he falls down and the alarm goes up. Do you guys see it? Yeah. So it's pretty simple. So you see this bounding box is on the ground. So the alarm goes out. So you can draw as much zones as you want, as much algorithms you want. For example, if I draw just zones all over the place and apply. Oh, sorry. Look at that. See your zones? So you can power any camera that you see in NX with analytics. All you need to do is just what I do just now, draw the zones, apply, and bam, any camera, okay? As long as it's 720p and above. So we got violence, we got fall, and we got a whole list of items here. Yeah. So this is the example of the neurolytics, this is basically what the neurolytic does. The power of the neurolytics mainly is in the fall down and the violence, these two. Okay. We are very strong, like just now what I show from the POC video for that South Australian partner is mainly violence and fall down. So it's that's the strength of the neurolytics. It does actions. Okay. So do you guys have any questions on the neurolytics before I probably go into a bit of Genesis? Anybody? All good?
Sean, there was one question came in.
Yeah.
How many rules per camera can you set up? That's probably more of an NX rule. NX question.
You can. How many rules? Okay, cool. So you can set up as much rules as you can see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 6 takes actually much of the same resource. So in one camera, it's good to go at least 3 to 4 of these you can select. And for the strong analytics, which is below here, the fall down, the violence, you can actually go on both also. 2 will be the recommended analytics to choose, but you can choose a combination of 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4. It's fine. Okay. Actually, your question, it depends on the server, how much that the server can contain. Yeah. Okay. By rule of thumb, analytics server usually the max we can contain, if you get the highest, you can collect about 25 violence and 4 together. Okay, this heavy algorithms. For 1 violence and 1 4, you can do 3 or 4 normal analytics. Okay. So basically you can empower everything. I think the max we tried for is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2 advanced analytics and 4. I think this is the max you can go to. Yeah. Does that answer the question? So any more questions before I switch again to?
Two quick ones, or 3 quick ones come in. What's the minimum resolution for the camera?
720p. Although that we can do it in D1, we do not recommend it. As long as you can see the camera clearly and we can see the bounding box, actually we can do it. But we do recommend a minimum of 720p. Yeah.
720p.
For accuracy.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
sure.
720p.
Another question, has it been tested on TVI cameras? And that's probably more of an NX question in the sense that NX connects via the decoder, etc.
Yeah, okay. Let me just let you know, as long as you can connect to NX here on the left by OnViv, or even you play a video here through OnViv, we can run analytics on top of it. Okay, so any camera, we do not care who the camera is. The question is that if you can connect to NX, you can connect to us. All right?
Yep.
So that's the rule of thumb.
And I think that's the same, would answer the same question Sam had. Do you recommend any brand of camera or type? And again, it's just really the feed that's come in. We've done a lot of testing just with virtual cameras, even just playing a video in there, and it still works fine. So I guess to answer Sam's question, as Sean mentioned, as long as the resolution is 720 or above and it's a clear view, then it should work fine.
Yeah. We do have also recommended camera angles, installation, things that you can see from our website, and we have a whole manual how to do that. But basically the cameras, we can work with any cameras, because what we did is that we empowered metadata on the NX. So rule of thumb, if you can connect to NX, we can connect to that camera. Okay, as simple as that.
Yep, great, Sean. Thank you.
So I believe NX is very. Yeah. Sorry.
No, I said.
Okay. Can I continue?
Yeah, continue. Yes.
Okay. 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 So we are going to come back to my PowerPoint. So that is neurolytics. It does VA. Okay, so I just showed Australian demo video. So I'm going to come in to the second product, which is doing classification. It's the Senturian Genesis. Okay. Genesis recently has also been fully integrated into NX metadata. So later I'm going to show you how it's going to work. So this is a very, very interesting search engine, which you can search anything within 3 seconds. So how does it connect to? It connects to the NX server's recording, and it analyzes the recording, giving you the results, the search results. Okay, I will do a live demo. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we just set it up. So to set up, you just need to do your alert rules on our something like the VA engine, but it's called the Genesis IE or control panel, which you can see. And then you just have direct the HTTP to NX, which I'm going to show you how to do it, and you can see a pretty nice integration. Okay. So same thing, you need to create the rules, analytic events or generic events, and you can select any of your NX event outputs here. Okay, play sound, bookmarks, skip, whatever you want. Okay, so I'm going to just jump to the Genesis. Okay, so you see from here I have the Senturian Genesis already open here. Okay. Let me show you how I open it again. Okay, I just type in the IP and it's here. We have support all this English and funny language like Japanese, Korean, Chinese, and Dutch, French, and all sorts of languages. But I guess for Australia, it's English. And this is where you can select the cameras. These cameras are all from the NX server. Okay, so I'm going to show you just 2 cameras. This is my office camera, and I'll select another camera. Okay, let me see. Singapore, office 2. Okay, I'll select my 2 office cameras. So we have many search criteria here that you can find. I'm going to do video search first. So let's say if I search for maybe a backpack. Okay, let's see if I can find anything. So the result shows all the backpacks that you can find. You see this guy is a backpack, right? In the background, he's using a backpack. So we will find this all the videos from NX in that camera with backpacks. Okay, so all the backpacks will come out. Okay, so there's a small backpack down there, and then you can even find like weird items like handphones and all this kind of thing. Let me try. Cell phone. So yeah, this guy is using a cell phone. You see Sasha is using a cell phone. He found cell phone black. So there are a lot of items you can try. We have vehicles, bicycle, bus, car, license plate, motorcycle, and truck. You can even search by color. Okay, let's say you search for a car which is blue in color. You just add it. See a car that's blue in color, and you just search. Oh, there's no cars in my office, sorry. Let me select another camera on the road. I'll just borrow one Singapore camera, okay? So maybe this. So I just add the camera here. Let's see if we can find a car. You can select the time, select a longer time frame maybe. Search. Okay. So you see, we found a car, okay? So this when the camera was facing outside, this is a car. Okay, so we got a car here. You can even search for a different color kind of car, maybe a blue car. Right, so yes, you see you got a blue car here, right? So you can even search for multiple criteria, maybe a blue car plus maybe a white car. So it has to be a blue and a white car to be found. Okay, so I don't know whether, okay, they have a blue car, a white and yellow car. So you see, that's what you found. So these are all from the recording. You can search by people as well. Maybe a person wearing a blue shirt. Let's see. and you can search through all the cameras. Okay, so there's a guy wearing a blue, it's a security guard. Okay, so he appears in that camera, the Senturian development camera. This is my office camera. So, okay, these are all the times where a blue guy appeared in any of my recording. I can just go down and down and down and see all the archives. These are all from the NX server. So there is no storage done in the Genesis system. What we do is that we search the NX server and then we will give the results out here. What I'm going to show you is a very special thing that we did recently. I'm going to get out from my Neuralytics server and go to my this. Okay, let me give me a minute and set up. Wait, no. So I'm gonna get my colleague to help. Give me a minute. Let me set things up. Sasha, I'm gonna get my colleague Sasha to help. So what we did was no, Genesis. We are doing Genesis now. So I'm going to connect my alarms to NX, and you can see the integration how we do it. Okay. So for Genesis, it's the same. Okay. For the starting, we need to come to the plugin, throw in your Genesis server plugin here, and the license key. And when that is done, it's a bit different from Neuralytics. You need to set the alarms in the alarm panel here. So I'm going to go to the alarm panel. You see this little alarm panel, and you see this alert rule. Okay. So I have empowered some analytics inside Genesis. Face recognition. See, I powered it on. This is the rule that I set up. Face recognition. Just paste the NX HTTP here, JSON, and select post. You can check the connection, and if it's passed, means it's okay. We already did the integration, so what I'm going to show you is more on the video search. So NX meta video search, you see here. So when you come to the video search, you can set up your rules here. Okay, see, like just now I have the car, I have the person, I have the animals, I have the items here. So for this test purposes, I'm going to use a cell phone. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to select a cell phone, and I'm going to press OK. So Meta cell phone, cell phone is activated on the metadata. So when you click this meta, you see this is what the meta goes in. So Sasha is in this camera. He's going to show his handphone. And you see the alarm pops up. See, look at it. Cell phone is captured here, and alarm notification comes up here. Okay, keep your phone. Keep your phone. Okay, hide your phone. Okay, and you see, I'm going to do it again. Okay, Sasha, show your phone. So you see, when the phone comes up, the alarm will pop up. So whenever someone comes to the cell phone, you have already activated NX to alarm. Okay. So we can do a lot of criteria of searches here. Okay. So when you want to do another item, just come back to the cell phone setup here, and let's choose something else. Okay. How about backpack? Okay. So when there's a backpack, the alert will go on NX. Just okay, and it's done. Okay. So coming back to here. Okay, Sasha, can you hold a backpack, please? So, okay, Sasha is having a backpack. You see the alarm comes up. Backpack discovered, backpack captured. And the alarm comes on in NX, backpack. I have two cameras here. One is still doing cell phone, one is doing backpack. Yeah. So you can set up the alarm down here. Okay, so let's try something else. Maybe a laptop. Okay, so a laptop. Okay. So you can see, look at this backpack was captured earlier. We captured the human face also. along with the backpack, cell phone, you see here is captured here. So this all goes down the meta records, okay? So laptop. So this camera we empower with laptop. Look at this, he opens the laptop comes up. You get what I mean? So you can actually see laptop captured, right? Okay, close the laptop. So you can do multiple criteria as well. Okay, you can actually choose multiple criteria like let's try laptop and cell phone together. Okay, so only when there is a laptop and cell phone together, then the alarm will go out. Okay, so I choose laptop and cell phone. So you see, laptop and cell phone. So the alarm comes up. Okay, you can put down one of it and see. Yeah. Cell phone you put up. Oh no, laptop. Use the laptop because this one is still cell phone. Laptop. Okay, so you look, Sasha now opens the laptop. There's no alarm, right? Do you know why? Because in the alarm here, I have selected laptop and cell phone. So once he takes out the cell phone, look at that alarm, because the two criteria are a laptop and a cell phone. You understand what I'm saying? So it's pretty awesome, yeah? You can add in even more items here. Like for example, a person wearing black, carrying a cell phone. So these are the criteria you can add, you know, and then when Genesis discovers these two functions, then the alarm will pop up here. So you can set up anything you want with all these functions. We have so much things. Vehicles.
Sean.
Yep.
Sorry, Sean. One question's come in. What's the maximum number of people can track per scene? You know, if it's a busy environment, can it still find a cell phone on how many people or etc.?
Yeah, you can still, as long as it's in the camera angle, we can still find everything. Because if you see here in the Genesis, what does it pick up? If you go back to the search function here, and I'll just maybe pull in a person, search. Okay, so if you go in the search functions here, it has, let me give you another example, okay, of the road. Okay, let me select this camera. Okay, Orchard Towers, Singapore. You see, so it has, as long as you can see here, it can select people from in front, behind, and up to about 25 to 30 different items in one picture. As long as your camera angle is clear, we can see it, we can capture it. Okay, so it's pretty a lot. You can, it's not like you only can capture one or two, you can go up to about 50. Every time, even when I'm for a handphone or person in black, actually the analytics is analyzing everything in the picture. Everything, okay? Whether it's a car on the road, whether it's a guy carrying a backpack or whatever, they are actually analyzing everything. So if I look for a backpack, you see actually when I look for a backpack, it just found a backpack here, but we're analyzing this guy, that guy, and the whole scene. Even this blue bus is being captured in the analytics. It's just that the output coming to NX alarm is what you selected, but basically we're running all this in the scene behind. So you can go up to almost 50 or even more items in one scene. We can use it for crowd. We do use it now in the Singapore Changi Airport. We are running a POC there, and we have a few airport projects. So yeah, we can use it for pretty crowded areas as well. Hope that answers the question.
Yep, thanks, Sean.
Any other question?
Also notice it's very quick on the search. Is that, obviously this is real time you're doing that search, it's very quick.
Yeah. We have the fastest search engine probably in the market now. If you look at this camera, it's connected remotely. And when I search, I can search, the results come in less than 3 seconds. and I'm actually doing a remote connection. If you do it on site, it's going to be even faster. So basically, the NX server that you have in your premise, when you just search for anything in the Genesis system, like a car that's blue or what, and you press search, the results will come out in 3 seconds, and it's very fast. Yeah. So you see here, this is real time. Okay. So this real time search can be used as a real time alarm also. Right. So you get real time alarms like what I showed you just now. Directly live. This is from our office cameras. Okay. I am going to just see if I can run some face recognition. So there's face recognition here also. You can see it's detecting the human face. All I need to do is to go to the alarms here and turn it on. You see here, face recognition. Okay, so just turn it on, direct it to NX, and yes, you can do all the stuff. We have a little LPR here. I can turn it on also. If we want to try LPR. For people who wants to try Genesis LPR in Australia, Ness has a Genesis server in their Melbourne demo room, and they can do exactly what we do here. So just give them the RTSP stream of your camera, and I believe you can connect to the Ness, right, Greg? You can do that, right, for them, and then they can.
Yes, 100% correct. Yes.
Yes, and then you can do anything like what I just showed. Okay. See, the cameras that I connect here are all from all over the world. Yeah. To our office here. So we are not even, we are already doing remote connection for all of this. So you can actually do everything you have with the Australian one also in the Ness office. Okay, I'm going to just go back here again to show, okay, so now that we've done, you see, with all the cell phones, all the meta records is actually shown here. You see, if you see the yellow colors meta records here in NX, it's all automatically captured. Okay, so when you see the cell phone and all these are all the cell phone, that the items that is captured is all here, right? So you can just scroll up, scroll down, and you can see it all here. Okay, so let me try to empower the LPR camera. Just give me a second. I'll get my phone to do it.
While Sean's setting that up, one of the questions come in, what's the feedback result accuracy from an airport? And then Sean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not 100% sure what in relation to what that refers to. Is it detecting an aeroplane? Is it detecting something on an aeroplane or something else? But in saying that, we have run a lot of virtual cameras rather than going and setting cameras up at a lot of different locations. We've on our demo system here, we've run a lot of virtual cameras of videos from either a plane landing, a car driving, motorbikes driving down a road, etc. And we've found it to be very accurate in this regards. Not really seen any issues of where we've asked it to detect something and it hasn't detected something in that regard. So on that aspect, but as Sean mentioned there about the LPR, to test anything, we've got a demo system here. So if we get the RST feed, we can feed that into our system and run any tests or any diagnostics without having to set a system up in the field. So I'm not sure if that answered your question or not, Sam, but we can talk about that, if there's someone's got more specific requirements.
Okay, now as I'm setting this up, all right, I don't have any moving cars now. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to put my hand across the the screen to let it refresh to show you that it can pick up the LPR plates here. Okay, so I have 3 plates here. You see, I put my hand across the screen and I release my hand, and then it will capture, and the metadata will go here right here. Okay. So see the plates that we capture, these are all the things that we capture from the LPR. So this is actually powering remotely to a camera in Shanghai, but you can do it for Australia also, and I think Ness has the algorithm for Australian plates, so you can try. Okay, Sasha, can you flash that again? The resolution is not low. Okay, any questions while you're setting up? We're trying to get the resolution, the camera lens adjusted here. So you see this little bounding box that we captured, the license plate is all captured down here, okay? So we can run this also just in the NX simply by going to alarm, and you see this LPR here. Yeah, same thing. Select your camera, select whether you have blacklist or whitelist or everything, and then select here you go, the HTTP here, and just send it to the NX server, and it is empowered on it. So you can set LPR, face detection, search. You can do multiple things in the NX camera as well. So yeah, and all the records will be captured here. You see license plate. All right, so this is for the license plate recognition. You can also empower that inside in Genesis. Face recognition, license plate recognition, and the most interesting is all the different objects that you can do from the object search, and you all appear on the meta tab here. Whether it's license plate, whether it's human face, like you see here, human face, whether it's laptops, items, cell phones, laptops, bags, whatever you empower, it will all appear here, and it's all on record with this yellow thing here. So you can just go back and see all the meta records. You can search the meta records in NX also to have all the records appear here, or you can also set up your own bookmarks notifications just by clicking camera rules, and then add your own analytic event and select all of these. Okay, so I think I would love to answer any more questions if anyone has.
Yeah,
I think I'm ready.
Yeah, another question, Sean, on the ANPR. Do you need an ANPR camera or just any camera that can pick up that number plate?
Okay, whatever I showed you with Neurolytics and Genesis, as long as you can connect to NX, it's fine. We do not need any ANPR camera. Everything is done completely by software. Okay, you can use any camera. As long as your camera is connected here to NX by OnViv, we can run the analytics on top of it. Okay.
Okay, another question. When it finds the number plate, can you search from that number plate?
Yes, you can. You can just search up here for that number plate and it'll come up. But I haven't tagged this meta system to that yet. But when we release it out of mind, you can search by name, age, something like that. I'll just run an example. Okay, so if I search for Sean, with me, you see, it will find all the human face with Sean coming up. Okay. So that's how it works. Or you can search by name, you can search by number plate. But we haven't tagged it yet, but we will tag it in time when you key the number plate on the right hand here. By the end of the month release, you can have all the results here. Okay, you can search by color, you can type cell phone here, and it will all appear. All right, we haven't do that tagging yet, but we're gonna do it end of the month. So that's a good question, but yes, you can do it. Right now, I think we can search but for, see, male, female. Look at this, male, Sean, right? So I'm searching for male, or I'm searching for female. Let's say we have female. Okay, we have a female, right? See, sex female, or sorry, or you can search by name. Okay, so you can search for number plates, you can search for items also. We will tag it in element. See, so if you search for Sean, yeah, Sean is here, right? So that's me just now. Okay, and it displays my age, my name here. So you can type in your number plate here, and it will come up, and you can type in any items like cell phone, bags, and everything, and it also appear. Okay, but we need to put that inside the tagging yet. We will done end of the month. Yep. So yes, you can do it.
Very good. Another question
Yep.
in regard to the neurolytics. Can the distinguish the difference between hugging and fighting?
Oh yes, we can distinguish the difference between hugging and fighting. It was actually a request by the South Australian project. What they need was to distinguish between hugging. So when you hug, the action is different from a fight. A fight, there must be a violent hand or a high hand or fast action. That's how it calculates. You see. So yes, you can test the neurolytics. The neurolytics is pretty accurate. You can differentiate between hugging and fighting or playing games with your hands. Yep. If you want to see more on what the neurolytics does, you can actually check out some of the videos we have on our website, which we show very specific actions that it will not force alarm. Yeah. So that is pretty powerful. Yeah.
And I think it's probably, just to clarify, we've looked at two different systems here. We've looked at the neurolytics, which is the fall down detection, violence detection, line crossing, intruder detection, etc. And then we've also looked at the Genesis system, which is the search, smart search, etc., just to kind of identify the two. And one another question that's come in, the licenses, presumably for ANPR or any of the licenses, are they based on a per camera or per server? And I think I can answer that. It's per camera license. So if you want to do search, if you want to do violence detection or fall down, it'll be done on a per camera. So if you've got 5 cameras you need to detect where someone's falling down, then there'll be 4 licenses in that aspect. I presume on the search side of things, Sean, if I want to search for a blue car, that would be done per Genesis server. Is that correct?
That's the Genesis Intelligence Search license. Okay, so when you get the license, the Intelligence Search license, you can search for everything here you see. All these items: umbrella, knife, laptop, plant, suitcase, train, gloves, chair. Animals, if you have cow, dogs, horses, humans. Okay, this is the face recognition license, and then all these items you can search is in the intelligence search. We give you everything. Yeah. Okay, it all comes together.
Okay, so if you want to search for blue cars and you want to search for 4 across 4 cameras, then it'll be 4 licenses you need for that.
Yep.
And if you want then face recognition, you obviously then buy a face recognition license. If you want to buy an ANPR, it's an ANPR license, etc., per camera.
But the special thing is that if you get a face recognition license or if you get an LPR license, you get the intelligence search free of charge also. It is there, so you get 2 for 1. Okay, because the intelligence search is the base, and then the face and the LPR, it all comes with the intelligence search anyway. Yeah. Okay, you get what I mean?
Yep, makes sense. The other thing I'd like to add, where Sean showed before any camera rule or any event, for example, violence detection or fall down detection, or even if it detects someone carrying a knife with the Genesis system and it generates an alert or generates a camera event, via the M1 interface, we can then feed that. So when it detects someone with a knife or falls down, we can send a message to the M1 via the M1 interface, and of course get it to do what you want it to do: turn a light on, phone somebody, send them an email or whatever. So we've got that capabilities of everything working together nicely as one large system.
Yep. And you also can do all these third-party integrations with the camera rules here. Just select analytic event, like I say, and you can do all this. So I believe what Greg is saying is they're already integrated with this as well, right? Am I right to say that?
Yeah, that's right. So when with the M1, so if you want to send a message to the M1, you set up analytic events like we've got there, yep. And then via the drop down, we do HTTP request. So we can then send that and put the HTTP URL in there of doing something like turning a light on, activating an M1 output, or a task or whatever you need it to do, and then that would generate something in the M1. So it all works together nicely.
See, now that the license plates are being captured pretty nicely here. Yeah. So yeah. So I think I covered most of the stuff. If anyone has more questions, I'm happy to answer it. Where can I see all the questions? Is there a place inside this where I can see questions inside?
Yeah, the little on the little control panel, Sean, little chat window, little talk.
Ah, this one.
Yep.
Then this one. Oh, here, right? Yeah.
All right.
All right. If anyone, yep.
I was going to say, if there's any more questions at all, we've got them, or if any questions pop up in the future, then yeah, just drop me an email and we can get Sean involved in assisting with that. Yeah, and if there's no other questions, I'd like to thank Sean for his time in running through this. I think it kind of opens everyone's eyes at just how powerful you can then get search and other analytics running in the system to be able to then even enhance the power of NX even into a more powerful system to suit various applications.
Yeah, so, you can, sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
No, go on. Sorry, you're going, Sean.
Okay, so, yeah, you can choose all these items and create your own customized alarms, criteria, and for alarms in NX, whether it's through search or whether it's through real time. Okay. So, yeah, I encourage you to just give Greg the RTSP camera. He can edit for you, and you can have all these super features, and you can do a search in your own environment. So that's available because Ness has one Genesis server in their demo room, which is ready to support all your requests for Australia. Yeah. Okay.
Fantastic.
So that's about. Yeah, that's all for me. Yeah.
Great. All right. Well, thank you very much, Sean, and everyone for their attendance this morning. And yeah, if anyone wants a demo from your cameras from your site, as Sean mentioned, let us know. We can organise that so you can get in and run tests before anything else. And, you know, yeah, we're here to help. And thank you very much, everyone, for attendance.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks very much, Sean. Thanks, everybody.